Hey, this is Samantha here from RecipeThis.com and the voice behind the popular Kitchen Gadgets podcast, Magic with Gadgets. Today I want to show you just how easy it is to cook a frozen pot roast in the Instant Pot. Well, before we dive into this recipe, I just wanted to suggest that you head over to RecipeThis.com. We've got more than 1,200 kitchen gadget recipes, including recipes for the air fryer, Instant Pot, slow cooker, soup maker, bread maker, microwave, Ninja Foodie, and many others. We also have a free weekly newsletter, which you can find on the homepage of RecipeThis.com, or you can find it on RecipeThis.com/newsletter. And there you can get our best kitchen gadget recipes sent to your inbox every Friday morning. Instant pot roast. If you've cooked it before, you'll know that it's absolutely delicious in the Instant Pot. But if you haven't, you also won't realise that you have to cook the potatoes and carrots separately to the beef. This is because the beef needs a 90-minute cook time and the potatoes and carrots just need 5 minutes, and otherwise you'll just end up with a lot of carrot and potato mush. So the best way to go about doing it is to cook the beef first, and in the time that the beef is resting before you're actually serving it is enough time to get the potatoes and carrots back in the Instant Pot and having them pressure cooked so that everything is still ready at the same time. And those of you from the UK that's not had a pot roast before, it's absolutely delicious, and it's just a simple method for a roast beef dinner in Instant Pot, and has 3 main ingredients: roast beef, carrots and potatoes. The meat is chuck roast, which is the same as our braising steak. So instead of cooking a top side in the Instant Pot, you're doing the braising, which is much cheaper to buy, and it makes a very economical Sunday dinner to cook in the Instant Pot. So you'll need, listen, totally solid frozen braising steak. This came from the butcher's. I'm just looking at its weight now, and it's just over 1 kilo, which is 2.2 pounds, and it's the perfect size for cooking in the Instant Pot. I recommend some scissors to be able to get into it and to get all that packaging off it. Oh, and you can also use diced up braising steak as well, and then follow this same recipe. Why is it my butchers insist on putting so much packaging on stuff? What he doesn't realise is I'm cooking this gorgeous meat from frozen. Another tip is, if you do have this stuff stuck when you're cooking frozen food, is just to cook it for a little while using the microwave, the air fryer or the Instant Pot, and then do a natural pressure release, and it'll just free up all this extra stuff that's still stuck to it. So you have it. There's our frozen meat. Freezing cold on the hands, as you would expect. And let's start by adding some beef stock to your Instant Pot. You can also use leftovers from something else you've cooked as well. So I'm using the leftovers for another Instant Pot beef recipe that I did yesterday. And then what you want to do is you want to place your beef in the liquid so that it's partly submerged, and then what this does is it helps make the beef even more tender. I'll just do my hands, warm them back up from the frozen meat, and then what you want to do now, in the Instant Pot, a load of Worcester sauce over your beef, salt, pepper, a little bit of onion salt, a little bit of garlic granules, and then once you've done that, it's actually ready for the lid to be put on. If you do want to make more and more gravy out of it, at this point you can also put a little extra carrot and potato in the bottom of the Instant Pot, and then this will go to mush and will help thicken up your sauce. If not, you can just put it in as is. So now, lid on the Instant Pot. Hit your pressure cook, and you're looking to go all the way up to 90 minutes. And then you're waiting for it to click on to start. And of course, make sure that you're in sealing position. And then whilst you're pressure cooking, you can be using that time to prep your potatoes and your carrots. So the Instant Pot's on behind me, and now I can get on with the potatoes and carrots. So I recommend clean chopping board, loads of potatoes and carrots, depending on how much of it you actually want with your pot roast. We also have a recipe for Instant pot roast soup. So by doing extra carrots and potatoes, you've actually got more for leftovers tomorrow. And then a big bowl that you can keep them in until the Instant Pot is ready to transfer the meat out of and put the carrots and potatoes in. So, now, note, these peelings can then be used for our Instant Pot veggie stock, which is a brilliant recipe to have. And because this recipe has so many peelings, it feels like such a waste not to use them. So what you can do is, I normally just have a big bowl or a big pan that I don't use, and then just keep loading the scraps into them, and then I've got everything ready to go for a batch. So of course, it totally depends on what you're using. But I find it easiest just to peel all the carrots first. And that's all the carrots peeled. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get another bowl. And this bowl I can then use towards my next time I do some veggie stock. It just also moves them all out of the way as well. Like I said, do check out our Instant Pot veggie stock because it's just brilliant for using up the leftovers. And then what we do is that we freeze them in little ice cubes or using the silicone containers. It's in a lot of our recipes, so if you just search on recipethis.com for stock, you'll find loads of them there. So that's just the waste just from the carrots, so we can use those carrots towards some stock. And then once you've finished peeling your carrots, just give them a quick slice into the bowl. I love having loads of bowls in my kitchen. It just helps keep me a little bit more organised. I've done quite a few carrots here because I've then got some for leftovers. You know, if you're just feeding 2 people, then you really don't need this many carrots. And then once you've done the carrots, on with your potatoes. Always go for bigger ones because you want bigger sizes when they're going into the Instant Pot. Instead, I'm just going to peel directly. And there you go, there's the potatoes peeled. And wow, now that's peelings. And then for potatoes, you're looking for large chunks. So think if you were cooking roast potatoes. You know, that's why I use the bigger potatoes when I'm doing it. And the reason for this is because they're going to be cooking in the stock in the Instant Pot. And if you don't go big, they'll end up mushy and overcooked. So if it's a smaller one, just half them. There we go. That's your potatoes and your carrots ready to go. Of course, you can season them as you're loading them into the Instant Pot. And then you can just place them next to your Instant Pot, and you know that when you're ready to go and your meat's finished cooking, you can just swap them around. And then you can just place them next to your Instant Pot, and you know that when you're ready to go and your meat's finished cooking, you can just swap them around. So now the pot roast has had the meat do its main cook time, and now it's done a partial natural pressure release. Press cancel, and there's not much pressure left because all you've really got in there is your stock and your meat. And then while the meat's resting, the potatoes and carrots are cooking. And we've finally finished releasing the pressure, and we can take a look at the meat. Wow, it's still bubbling away, and the meat is properly submerged because it wasn't really a big portion there that we had. And what's great about this is you want it to fall apart anyway to be able to shred it, and you can probably get away with not using meat claws. So instead, find something else suitable that you can use to remove it from the Instant Pot. Right, and some of it's already gone into the bottom. As you can see, that's the meat. So if we can just put it on there to rest, it's just great because it's literally just going to fall apart and it'll be so easy cooking with. I'm just checking the bottom here to see if any other bits fell off. But no, it's just in those two pieces there. So now, I'm not going to get it to splash me and burn me to death. Let's get these potatoes and carrots in. So, potato and carrots in. Let's just season the pot a bit. So, more salt. More pepper. And a little bit extra Worcester sauce. I just love the way Worcester sauce tastes on a pot roast. It's just so lovely. And then when you've done that, lid back on. And the thing is here, it'll pretty much instantly go back to pressure because you've got such hot liquid in it. And then your vegetables are in that hot liquid. So then you want to find the pressure cook button. And you want to send it all the way down. 5 minutes. It's right at the top because I've been cooking it for 90 minutes. It's nice that in sometimes it saves its temperature and time on the Instant Pot, but the rest of the time you're thinking, oh no. Especially when you're going from right one end extreme to another. So cook time set to 5 minutes, and then a quick pressure release. You don't want to be hanging around because otherwise your potatoes and carrots will overcook. And we've beeped. So quick press of the cancel and let's release the pressure. And the pressure has finished. Oh my God. Why does it feel like you're waiting forever for the pressure to release? Right. So as you can see, you've got your potatoes and carrots there. Oh, that potato is perfectly soft. Oh, so lovely. If the big potatoes are done, the carrots most definitely are. So once you've done that, the next step is to drain your pot. So tea towel around both sides, it's the easiest way. And then pour it all into a bowl like that, and then you can be straining it. You might have just the odd item left in there, it's quite a lot here. And then careful with your hands. And there's your potatoes and your carrots ready for serving. So I'm just going to put them to one side. And then that's all the liquid that you've got left over if you wanted to use it to make a gravy with. We're not having ours with that gravy because we'd already previously made one from something else we were cooking, so we can use that instead. But that is brilliant, and that also makes a fantastic stock as well. So what you can do is you can put that through a mesh strainer, strain it, and then load it into a jug. Make sure it's a see-through one so that you can see the contents, and then leave it in the fridge overnight, and the fat will rise to the top. You can remove the fat, and then you've got a brilliant beef stock then for the freezer. So let's have a closer look now at the meat, because as you know, it's been sat there for a little while now. Yep. And as you can see, it's a quick go on the fork, and it's totally pull apart, which is what we want. Let me just try it a little bit, actually see what it's like. Oh, that beef is absolutely gorgeous. It's hard to believe it's cooked from frozen. Frozen meat in the Instant Pot always amazes me with how good it is. So then once you've got your meat, you want another plate. And then your veggies are ready to go on there. Like I said, I've done extra on purpose because I love Instant Pot roast soup. So, closer look. So we've got one dish with your shredded beef, and then you've got another with all your lovely yummy potatoes and carrots. And then I also made some gravy earlier that is perfect for going with it. And then it can all come together nicely. You can just serve these dishes at the dinner table, and then anything you have left over, just place it all in the Instant Pot for the next day, and then that can be your basis for your soup. And don't forget to check out our Instant pot roast soup recipe on Recipe This. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the Recipe This family. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook and Pinterest. We also have a weekly newsletter at recipethis.com/newsletter, where we share with you our latest kitchen gadget recipes, what we're cooking in the Milner kitchen, and so much more. As well as this, we recommend that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then whenever we have a new video, you will be the first to know. And if you want to know about all our future videos, then I recommend you hit the bell for instant notifications. But even better, we now have a podcast. It's called Magic with Gadgets. Simply search Magic with Gadgets on your favourite podcast player and you'll find us there.